Do women truly lack honor, morals, and ethics? The thing you have to understand about these traits are that they are essentially male traits, masculine traits. And you'll notice that most modern women, and especially even men, right? Men who embody the feminine. Yeah, I'm talking about like male feminists, blue pill betas, those kind of guys who live through their emotions, very reactive guys, have no common sense. They're essentially women, ugly women wearing pants. These guys are no different, right? They tend to lack honor, morals, and ethics, really. And mostly the reason why is because they live through their emotions. And when you live through your emotions, you're not living in reality. You're living in your head, right? You're living in this bubble, this delusion that is not reflective of what is actually going on. And this is the main reason why, like, women cannot be trusted with power, because they're going to act on their emotion. And if you have power, right, as it says in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. You have to act with responsibility. Okay? You have to have what we call a justice-based morality, because there's two types of morality, right? There's justice-based morality, and then there's care-based morality. And obviously the care-based morality is based on emotion, right? And this is why when it comes to, say, voting, like most say, and I'm going to do both sides, but most leftists, not leftists, but most conservatives are horrified that half the country would vote for, say, like Kamala, right? Like, are you insane? She's a communist. She's such a fraud. And, she hasn't accomplished anything, which she hasn't, right? And, she'll just pander to whoever she can pander to. And how can you not see this? Because the people who are voting for her have what's called a care-based morality, which, again, they're acting through their emotions, right? That's why they can't see it. They just see her as like, oh, she's this caring person. They don't care that, like, she's full of it, right? It's like, she's caring. She said the right things, right? She looks the part. She's a black woman, like they say things like that, right? Whereas people on the other side, like, say, Trump supporters, have what's called a justice-based morality, where it's not about emotions for them. It's about policy. It's about, common sense. I don't want tampons in boys' bathrooms, right? Things like that. I don't want you trying transing my kids, things like that, right? That, most people could get on board with. So there's a difference in mindsets, right? And I always say, like, the left, the way they cast their presidents, they cast them as if they're casting a movie, right? They have to, the person has to look the part. The person has to be, somebody where the optics look good, right? Like a Kamala or a Gavin Newsom is like a good-looking older dude, even though he's full of garbage himself. I know. I'm in California, believe me. He's ruined it. So they cast like they're casting for a movie, whereas, and that's why they don't want somebody like Trump, because Trump is like Biff from Back to the Future, right? They're like, oh my gosh, evil Trump. I don't want him being president, even though technically 4 years ago when he was, gas was cheaper, food was cheaper, chicken, you get energy, you name it. Everything financially was better. I don't care about that. No, I don't like his tweets. Right? It's because they're acting through their emotions. They have that care-based morality. Whereas, a Trump supporter has that justice-based morality. They're not trying to cast their presidents like they cast a movie. They're trying to cast on policy, like, hey, what's going to lower the prices of everything? Oh, get Trump back in there, right? Because he did that before. Do they care about his tweets or, the fact that he's said mean things in the past? Doesn't bother them at all, right? Doesn't bother them at all, because they care about policy. They know they're not casting for a movie. They're casting for the president of the United States, right? And they're willing to overlook the emotional part of things he says that bother them, that might bother other people. So you got these two sets of moralities. And again, the care-based morality, which is emotion-based, is the one, and I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. The the emotion-based one can't be trusted. Just because I teach all this stuff, you cannot trust your emotions. Anytime you act out emotionally, and if you don't believe me, by the way, think of any time you've acted out emotionally. How has that worked out for you? Probably bad, right? Anytime you made an emotional decision, how did that work out for you? Probably bad. Anytime you bought, say, a car on emotion or a house or something, how'd that work out? Probably bad. Okay, anytime you said something to someone, say you were in a fight with your girl or something like that, and you said something based on your emotion, how'd that work out? You probably regretted it, right? I hope you did, you know. But you cannot trust your emotions. And in order to exercise honor, ethics, integrity and all that, you have to be in reality. You can't be living through your emotions. You feel me? But many people, unfortunately, these days do, and they're being encouraged to live through their emotions, right? To react emotionally. And this is why we have a lot of nonsense going on out there, is because people are just acting out emotionally like it's just complete buffoonery, like they're like 5 years old again. And I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I remember back in the 80s and 90s, even the early 2000s, people still acted like adults. Like adults acted like adults, right? And if you're a kid, you could look up to adults. Now, kids don't look up to adults, and that's another thing. It's like they're encouraging the kids to become like, essentially to act like they have the same knowledge as their in world experience as their parents, and you don't, man. You're just a child. You're just a dumb kid at this point, right? So getting back to this coaching video, I don't know how I went off on this tangent, as I always do, but when it comes to honor, morals, and ethics, these are technically male traits. And when I say male, masculine traits, what I mean is masculine male traits as far as you not living in your emotions and you living in reality. Okay? You living in the world. This is my dad calling. I already declined it. He like keeps calling back. It's like, decline my call? Okay, let me call again. So, when it comes to honor, morals, and ethics, when I say those are masculine male traits, that means that you're not living in your emotions. And this is why I say women cannot be trusted with these things, because they are wired to live through their emotions, and that's okay. That's okay, right? No problem. But I don't want them in charge of anything. I don't want them in charge of heavy equipment, machinery, airplanes, my stock portfolio, anything like that. I don't even like them having them as my veterinarians, to be honest with you. Sorry, right? I like to have men under these conditions, and not just any men. I don't want blue pill weak men or guys who are feminized. I don't want those guys either, because I might as well just have a woman at that point. I'll take a woman who is masculine and acts like a dude than that dude who acts like a chick and is feminine, right? So when it comes to these traits, they are very much masculine traits. And again, the reason I say that is because when I refer to masculine, I'm talking about not living in your emotions, but living in reality, right? In common sense, with critical thinking skills, and not being swayed by your ego or your emotions or any of this other juvenile crap that a lot of people who can't control their emotions get swayed by. This is why when you see these like videos where they go and they interview, like, say, wokies, right? And the guy like goes with a microphone interviewing. This is why they get violent many times. They'll slap they'll try to like break the camera. They'll do stuff like that, right? And they'll think it's totally okay, and it's not. You cannot damage somebody's property. You can't put your hands on them. You can't threaten them, and you can't get in their face. Even if you don't put your hands on them, that's assault. You get in their face. You can't do stuff like that anymore, right? But they do. Why? Because they're acting through their emotions. They're not thinking logically. And next thing you know, they get in trouble. They go to jail. They have to pay lawyers, legal fees, bills. It's just, again, this is why it's not a good idea to live in your emotions, and instead to live outside of your emotions, where you have self-control, right? And that's a big trait of masculinity and being a man too, is self-control, which is a byproduct of having honor, morals, and ethics. Okay, which unfortunately women are not wired to have. Do some have it? Sure. right? I'm not saying all don't have it, but some do, but they're generally the masculine types, right? They're not really not the women I want to date. I like the feminine types. I don't care if they're a little emotional. I don't care if they're a little, a little crazy out of this world from time to time, as long as they're feminine. But as always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out here with my DeLorean as usual. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on my YouTube channel. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe, so please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill, and awesome pill that I'm teaching you guys even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to protect my content from YouTube. In case they ever try to shut us down, they won't be able to, because all of my premium content will be protected on our private encrypted server that will be up forever. And I'm paying for it so they can never take us down. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content for me. So take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.